An issue that, to my mind, is bigger than healthcare, bigger than finance, is global warming. And we're looking probably at next year where cap and trade or Waxman-Markey comes before the Senate in some form. And many people are concerned, including Stephen Chu, is concerned that, and certainly people in other countries. I heard this directly from the ambassador to Great Britain, from Great Britain, that Waxman-Markey is not going to be strong enough, and we're probably looking at a further dilution of that. How do you get not just Republicans, but how do you get Democrats on board with something that is sufficiently strong to avert global catastrophe?
Well, let me first say that I couldn't agree with you more. This is an issue that's complicated, that is, I think, hard for people to manage, and I think some of the issues around healthcare are the same. It's not easy to get a good soundbite on what the solution is to that problem, and as a result of which, I think a lot of the American public and frankly a lot of our elected officials find it difficult to get a handle on because it's so complicated. Remember, Massachusetts was the lead state in suing the Environmental Protection Agency, saying, hey, you know what, your job is to protect the environment. You need to generate these regulations around these greenhouse gases. Believe it or not, with this Supreme Court we won, much to our pleasure but surprise. Frankly, under the Bush administration, they still sat on their hands and wouldn't do anything. So a couple things. It's clear to me the new administration understands and appreciates how serious and imminent this problem is. And I think the role of a senator is to both get that and understand how then do you create the foundation for getting that message across to the public. How do you make sure that people understand that it's urgent? And it's not always easy, but it's something that lawyers do, and hopefully that advocates for positions can do, and what senators can do is make it clear that we can't wait on this issue and that you need the science community involved. And I'm glad to see there were some folks who have taken an academic position in the past but who are now willing to get into the fray to explain that, you know, global warming isn't a myth. It's happening. It's happening in Massachusetts. The most convincing argument, I think, for the Supreme Court was our facts that, you know, Cape Cod is losing 200 feet a year because of the global warming. Those are the kinds of concrete issues and facts that a good advocate gets out to the public and to his or her colleagues to move that. I praise Congressman Markey for the great work that he's done and on this and other energy issues. I know that there'll be a huge need for strong leadership on this, and I think that you need to bring others to the table, those in the industry, those who know the facts, to convince you. And I will also credit the President for the great work he's done through Organizing for America and otherwise, and through the democratization, really, of the way we communicate, that we can get these messages out and people understand it when it is put in terms that aren't sound bites or rhetoric or bipartisan. I do feel that this is an issue that people think is tomorrow, and we don't have to deal with it right now. And when I mentioned economy and healthcare, those are what are front and center. But I think I agree with you, that issue. When I came in as Attorney General, I said that's one of the biggest issues for us, how we pay for energy, how we keep it clean, and how we deal with the coal plants, the cars, and we've made some progress, but not enough and not quickly enough. So my commitment is to work on all of those fronts to make sure that we remind people that we're coming out of a recession. We still need to look at the financial piece of it, but this is right behind that. In fact, should be a parallel with it in terms of importance on decision making.